One.
Welcome back to the SSG podcast. And it's been, 5-6 days since we did our last one. And we're all pretty bored, so we thought, what the hell, let's get back into it. Anything you guys been doing since last time we talked?
David?
I mean, not much. I'm kind of just playing games, doing some work. It's like the same thing every day.
What about you, Case?
Well, I've been watching some movies. I saw 1917 for the first time. Just wonderful, classic, very good.
Yeah, I got to get watching that because everybody says it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a great
there's
movie.
Yeah, there's some mixed things where people are like, it's overrated. Like, I heard some people say that,
too.
But I don't know. I want to just take it to myself.
It was
and judge
great,
it.
though.
Yeah, I mean, go in with an open mind.
That's what I try and do with a lot of movies, but it's usually harder to do with movie sequels after you see the first one, but luckily that's not the case with this one.
Right. I mean, it's no Parasite. It's been, done before, you got, Saving Private Ryan, but it's great. It's,
I also
it's
never
beautiful.
watched Parasite.
Oh, you need to watch
Dude,
Parasite.
okay,
that's
that's unforgivable.
Yeah.
Unforgivable.
Yeah,
Wow.
It is. It's a great movie, man.
But I think there is some good news to come out of this because I was actually listening to Cuomo's, daily briefings because that's what's on TV when I'm working at my dad's office because I work there half of the week. And he was saying that he might open up parts of New York by May 15th, which is exciting. And I'm hoping to God that our area is going to be slowly reopening. He said it's no light switch where it's on and off. It's like a gradual restart. But I want to get back to talking to people because I think that makes sense. Like, there are people and there are regions of our state where it's not really a big thing. There's not a lot of people who are affected and their jobs are at risk. So I think that's the good thing to do. And obviously places like New York City and Long Island, that's out of the question. Keep those places maintained to lockdown and stuff. But there are certain areas. I don't know if our area is like that, if we can get back up to gradually reopening, because we're kind of in the mix where we live. But I don't know. I'm hopeful.
So, what I've actually heard about that is the first things that he's planning on reopening are construction. So that won't have too much of an impact for us, but construction is first, and then after that he's gonna open stuff based on how essential it is.
I assume
And
gyms. Yeah.
Yeah,
But construction is smart. That's a really smart thing to do because even still, not many people are going to be on the roads, and it's not going to be as much of a hassle for things to get done, nor will traffic start to build up or anything like that. So that's smart. Get construction done first.
And also he said that he's a lot more willing to open up areas of upstate New York compared to New York City and Long Island.
Oh, good. Hasn't forgot about us yet.
Yeah.
Speaking of this, have you guys picked up anything during this time? Like any hobbies whatsoever?
Oh, yeah. I've been learning the piano, and we haven't used it for 8 years or something, so it's completely out of tune. You play two notes next to each other, and they sound about the same, but we're going to take 8 hours. You got to tune it multiple times. There are 88 keys, right? So it's going to take 8 hours to tune it, and we got a kit and everything, and we're going to sink our day into it tomorrow. But yeah, learning the piano is pretty fun.
Yeah, I remember when I was learning the piano, we had a guy tune our piano either once or twice every year because it can get out of tune. Well, it depends on obviously the model of the piano, but it could get out of tune easily, especially depending on the age of the piano itself.
My piano is probably so out of tune. Me and my siblings all used to take piano lessons when we were little, but no one's used it in years, I feel like.
I remember, now I'm beginning to remember my piano lessons, and I remember I sucked so bad at piano. And my mom kept on pushing me to do them, and I think I did it for 5 or 6 years, and I only completed 2 out of the 7 books, which is so bad. And it still baffles me why she kept on making me do it and kept on pushing me to do it because, one, I hated it. I never liked it. I never felt joy with it. And when I need to practice, it's because someone forced me to. My mom would keep a 45-minute time period for me to practice every day. And sometimes I would just play one note, bang one note on the piano because I'm just that bored.
I mean, everyone
My
wants like a musical child. You know what I mean? Like a kid that plays an
Yeah.
instrument. So
Well,
that's
Case is
probably
that
why.
child.
Thank you very much.
Hey,
Go.
my
Yeah, because
parents got
you
a
play.
gamer instead.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
want
they
to
must be so
flex. I
proud.
think I'm at like 7 instruments now, so we're getting there.
That's good.
We're getting there. They're all strings, but still pretty
Well,
You
good.
should learn the
because
trumpet.
Ew, I do not like how trumpet sounds. Sorry, trumpet players, but
I
yeah,
played
that's a
the
real
trumpet for a
hassle.
couple of years.
yeah, okay. I
And I
played
actually got pretty good at it, but then I quit because I wanted more study halls.
I played violin for a couple months and then I never picked it up. 5th grade. Oh yeah.
I think a
But
trumpet and stuff like and instruments like that would be like a real pain to other family members' ears because when
Yeah,
you're starting
they're
to
so
practice it,
loud.
you suck so bad.
There's a thing you can like put in the trumpet
yeah,
so it's
mute.
quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's good.
Yeah.
Because I remember in 5th grade, I wanted to play the trumpet, and my mom was like, hell no, you're not, because I don't want to lose my hearing. So I had to stick to piano, which sucked.
I don't know, piano's more
Other than
versatile
that,
though.
Yeah, I was about to say piano is a very
Like,
versatile instrument. So
Gonna be
if
honest,
you're
I
gonna
do
know
not
any
like
instrument,
trumpets.
really, I like.
yeah.
Like they can add to a song if it's like I don't know, it's only really good in like jazz or like fanfare, you know? Like I don't want to hear trumpet in like rap or like in like
Yeah,
rock
I
or
mean
anything.
that's
It's
just
not
not the
but
genre
pianos
it
in
goes
anything.
with.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It only goes with a couple of genres like
Electro swing.
yeah, exactly. Some EDM
Not
with
gonna
some
ly,
trumpets
it's
in the
actually
back.
somewhat good. There are a couple songs that are like I can bop and lock to.
Bop
Pop and
lock.
lock.
Yeah, I mean, I remember once I was listening to this TikTok and it was like really catchy. I don't know what it was, but it sounded really catchy, and I found out about it, and I listened to the full song. I was like, this isn't half bad. Not gonna lie, but I'm not a fan of the genre at all. Maybe it was a fluke. I don't know. But you talked about how you're picking up piano. I'd say because you told me, like shortly after the last podcast, about how Adobe is
Oh yeah.
making all their programs free to .edu emails, right? Or accounts, like
Yeah, something like
education
that.
emails and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our school email unlocked all that stuff, and because of that, I'm trying to learn some After Effects and Premiere Pro things. Photoshop, I've been kind of putting like towards the back door. I haven't really started that yet, but that's exciting. I mean, I want to know what I can do.
Yeah.
But it sounds all like really complicated.
I mean, Photoshop, it's in the title. That's like, you start out with a photo and you go from there, really, unless you're like drawing, like doing fake painting. But like, oh my god, I'm blanking. Well, After Effects, yeah, that's definitely a good skill to use, to learn.
I mean, when you're talking about that painting stuff, would you use Illustrator?
Well,
for that kind of thing?
Illustrator is more like stuff that you want to keep remaking and like logos and text-based stuff.
Oh,
But Photoshop could be for works of art, like you can paint in there and stuff, or edit photos.
I
Is
see.
really what it's good at. But
yeah.
all of them work together really well.
I was watching this video because it was on my recommended page after I watched a couple of tutorials.
Mm-hmm.
It was explaining all 50 or so Adobe programs in 10 minutes. And a lot of them are so obscure. Like, I can't remember some of them because they're just so forgettable. I know one's specifically designed for like newspaper articles. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
its main thing. And I was like, okay. I mean, I'm never gonna use that. And there's only like 4 or 5 that I'd actually like use. But other than that,
Well, the thing
yeah,
is,
I don't
they've
know.
got like a program for everyone that needs it. Like, they have very versatile programs, and it might seem like a lot of them kind of do the same thing, but they have their own place. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
what the experts use in any sort of like design or production.
Like, it's better to have like so many programs than like not enough.
Yeah,
Because even though some of them kind of seem like they do the same thing, they're very like specialized for who needs them.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I don't know. Because I'm picking up on that hobby, I feel like I'm not as productive when it comes to schoolwork. And I think a lot of people can agree with me, who are in our age group, who are in high school. It's a real struggle right now to keep up with schoolwork.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
It's
so
so much
behind it.
harder than real school.
I agree because there's no class to come into to like turn in your work or something, or no teacher to like physically look at the work that you did. If you know what I mean. Like obviously, like yeah, there's like turn it in and you can send it through Microsoft Teams, but at the same time, that makes me care a lot less. I don't know. My expectations just drop for myself.
Also, I
Really.
don't think they should have told us that like they can't grade anything really. Because if they were still grading everything like regular, like and they didn't tell anyone that these grades don't really count, then I feel like people would try a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Me and Case were trying to work on our chemistry. How many
oh
days
my
ago? Like two
god.
or 3 days ago,
Yeah, like
and we couldn't
Sunday.
get through it. It was yeah, we were trying to catch up on the unit before. They're already halfway into the other unit that they're working on right now. We haven't finished our past unit, so it's a struggle.
Wasn't your teacher like really behind in the first place also, and then school got
Oh my
canceled?
god, yeah, he's a new guy and
Yeah,
he's just nice dude, but god damn he can't teach.
I
And
like him. It's so sad.
yeah, I miss the guy, but there's just the backlog keeps increasing and it's like I don't have a lunch. I have 9 classes that I have to catch up with. So it's
Uh,
like it's scary to try to tackle all of that at the same time. It's
this just
tough.
reminded me that I have a video project due on Friday, this Friday,
Oh my
and
God,
Use that
same.
After
What?
Effects stuff, man.
well, what I was thinking of doing is this is a trick that some friends of my sister did when they had this project is wear sunglasses when doing the thing and then have like a huge like poster board and like write all your stuff on it. Like write your whole script on it and then you could just read it. Because
Oh,
then that way you can get a perfect score on pronunciation or whatever or like memorization. Whatever the rubric is, I forgot.
you
It's
don't
been
think
so
they'd
long.
ask about the sunglasses?
Well,
Well,
my
go
teacher
outside, do it
specifically
outside, and
will
be
probably
like,
find it funny and
yeah.
won't care.
Oh yeah, do it outside when it's like a nice sunny day, so it look like you're actually wearing them.
And
But it's a food
this is
project
for
where I'm cooking
Spanish,
food.
right?
Unless I'm cooking on a
Oh my God,
campfire.
Yeah,
Case,
cook on a campfire. What, Dave?
or no, I meant to say Anthony. I have the exact same project for Spanish that she pushed back to Friday. Ours was supposed to be due tomorrow, and I haven't done it yet.
By the way, tomorrow is Wednesday during our recording. um, yeah, I don't know. There's only a couple things that I prioritize with schoolwork, and that is our DBQs for our history classes, and actually full on projects.
Yeah,
But
like
other than
big
that,
projects or papers. I actually have to catch up on English because I haven't done anything for that.
oh, me neither. I have a Zoom call tomorrow, and I've only read the first 12 chapters of the book, and it may seem a lot, but with this book, The Catcher in the Rye, a chapter is like 2 pages each. So,
That's what you're reading?
and
Wait, that's what you're
yeah,
reading? Okay,
yeah.
so my grandma she's stuck in Florida right now, and she just sent me that book. So now I'm reading it for pleasure, right?
Why?
I mean, I don't really,
Oh my
I don't like
gosh.
it. I don't like it, but
I mean, you have to. Your
yeah, I
grandma
have
sent
to,
it to you.
exactly. Like, she took all the time to send it to me and stuff. So, I'm there with you. And on top of that, I got the AP word to do for English, so I feel you. It's tough.
I've been reading Spark Notes for half of it, and there's this thing on Turnitin where you can do a discussion. Turnitin is the website that we use to turn in work, but there's a separate tab that we just found out about called discussion, and you just bring in your journal entry, and then the teacher and other people can respond to it. Haven't touched it at all, and because of that, the teacher calls on me all the time during our Zoom calls because I just choose not to do it. And he's like, so Anthony, what do you think of his character development from chapters 8 through 12? And I'm like, that's a good question. And then I just BS my way through it. That's how I get through English. I've been getting through English the past 3 years just by BSing all the answers, and I've been pretty lucky. 9 times out of
I
10.
know, same. Like, I haven't read a book in English class, like, seriously, since freshman year, and I somehow I end up coming out like pretty well from each class, like because if you just read like the Spark notes, you'll honestly do fine, especially in a Regents English class. Like I remember there was this story we had to read, and we had a quiz, like a reading quiz on it the next day. So I just asked a couple people what happened like 5 minutes before the quiz, and I got 100 on it. I did better than like most people in the class.
Yeah, English. I know a lot of people love English, and I think Case you can be put in that category.
Oh
But
God, no, dude.
no,
No, no. I will say, I have been actually reading the stuff. So like that's the first. I read we had to read an entire book about Lincoln. Okay, 500 pages, right? And I actually read it. And then we had to read like another 500-page book, and I actually read it for the first time in my like high school career. But no, I do not.
Well,
I do not like it.
what makes you read it? Like, what advocates
Um,
for you to read it? Is it the class itself, or like how hard the class is? Because it's an AP class,
The teacher.
or is it the teacher?
This teacher is infamous, right? He's like not brutal, but he really like he likes to make fools of people, right? Like he'll look at your book to see if you've creased it or if it's worn out to see if you've been reading. And he doesn't like punish you. He
What?
just becomes disappointed and he doubts everything you say. He challenges you a lot more. So he'll call on you and he'll be like you'll like you can bullshit, right? Some people don't read and they bullshit. He's like, "What did you think about this?" And someone has a bullshit answer and he's like, "No, I don't think so. You're wrong." And then he'll just like make a mockery of you, man. So like it's partly like for my own self-interest so I can actually get good grades on the papers and because I don't want to be called out because that's just like yikes, dude. Yikes.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
But the
big
books
fat
are
L
good
if he
except
calls
for
you out.
Lincoln. The books are good.
Like my teacher, he'll basically just like say if someone says something that's just wrong, he's like, "Well, I mean that's not how I'd put it," but then he
Right.
like says the right answer. He never tells anyone that they're wrong.
I
I think
still
my teacher is probably the most acceptive of a lot of answers that a lot of people give because one, my class is full of tryhards, so he doesn't really know who is a tryhard and who isn't yet, which I find kind of shocking. Maybe he does and just doesn't really care, and he's just that cool of a guy. But even people like, well, I'm not gonna name names, but there's a kid in my class who slacks so hard, and I don't even know why he's in the class and who let him in the class because it's an honors class, but um, he does not know anything about the books that we've been reading, and our teacher is just like, okay, I see what you're talking about here. That's not how I interpreted it, but okay, I can see that. But yeah, I mean, your teacher would definitely call him out and probably call me out.
Yeah, I mean, so my class, people don't really get called out because I'm in the double taught class for English this year,
One
and
of those classes,
it's a
yeah.
creative way of
there's
phrasing
there's
it.
some
Yeah.
slow characters in the class. And I mean, I feel bad for some people like me, and I guess we're not naming names, but it's like
Well,
we
Malachi's in your
kind
class,
of get
right?
off easy. Yeah, he is.
Oh, go
But
figure.
like you get off easy if you're not slow in that class because you don't have to do much because the standards aren't very high.
Which could be a
So
huge
honestly, I don't
advantage.
even mind it that much.
You just have to have the patience for it, I guess.
We we
In
literally
some
had
cases.
3 teachers in the classroom for a period of time because of uh there was the teacher, there was the like secondary teacher for the slower folk, and there was the student teacher too. So
Oh yeah, you guys had the students teacher. Yeah, that's right.
yeah, Stock. Sorry. I know we're not supposed to name names, but
Does he know that's his nickname?
yeah, I think someone in Jackson's class called him that.
That's nice. Yeah, we had a student teacher in Euro, and I
Oh my
remember
god.
because it's a small class. I think it's like 12 people in that class because it's AP elective, and Laban. Oh, oopsie, that's the teacher's name. Okay, cool. He wasn't teaching at the time. He just left and went to grade papers during this time because he teaches a lot of classes. But me and Jackson would just fuck around the whole time. And like, what were we doing? Yeah, we were measuring hand sizes. And she stopped teaching at one point because it's a lecture-based class. And she's like, what are you guys doing? Yeah, we're measuring our hand sizes. And then Jackson says, or maybe it was Jackson, or maybe it was actually another kid in our class. And he says, that means, bigger hands, bigger whoop whoop. And she was like so weirded out. And then Jackson would be so weird too. He would like ask me like go on White Pages and search up where she lives and like who her parents are. And then
Oh my
and then I actually did it because I thought that was funny at the time. I mean, I still do think it's funny. I confess, whatever. But then at one point she came behind my computer and she says, "What the hell are you guys doing?" And then it was so funny. It says, are your parents' names Patricia and Matt? I don't know. Those are made up names. I don't remember what they were. And she's like, "Oh my God, guys." But she had fun with it too. It's so funny. I loved it. And that was probably like the best part or the best segment of the school year.
Is that the same teacher that he got the Snapchat for?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, speaking of which, yeah, this was even after she was done teaching our class. She left and went back to her college. He kept on trying to find her Snapchat, and because she refused to tell him. And she was like, "There's no way I'm ever going to tell you my Snapchat." And he eventually found it, and it was so funny because the only hint that she gave him was her Bitmoji on Snap, and then he finally found them and linked them up, and he's like, "Oh my God, no way!" But in order for him to find out, he had to ask me to search it up because he searched on Snapchat for her so many times that like that feature on Snap became disabled for him. It was so funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but that's the first and only student teacher I've had in high school. Yeah, I don't remember another one.
Never had one yet. Can't relate.
I find them so fun. I think student teachers are a hit or miss type thing. Like they could be really boring and go by the book, and I understand why they're nervous and stuff. But he's ours was laid back.
I missed our main teacher when we had our student teacher because I was even more bored in English, which I didn't think was possible, but it was.
Any questions you guys have?
Not really.
I don't know. Well,
No?
So I was trying to fall asleep a couple nights ago, right? And I'm on YouTube. I'm kind of bored, It's like 3 a.m. And goddamn, I love these videos. So it's like Malaysian dudes that just go into the forest with like a pick, and they just make houses. And it's the most entertaining stuff to watch.
I see those all the time.
Yeah, I watch this.
Play houses.
Yes, it's amazing, man. Like I could never do that, and it's so they're so popular, and I'm so happy for them. Like this guy had like 8 million subscribers, and he's just like he took like 60 days to make like a slip and slide into like an underground house. Yeah, it's just I love that stuff, man. Hidden gem over there. I mean, a lot of people are finding it, but hidden gem. It's quality.
So you were talking about reading Catcher in the Rye during your free, like for pleasure, but
not really.
I don't know if you consider that to be pleasure exactly. It's just the phrasing. Going off that, are there any books that you guys have wanted to read?
Well, I just finished 1984 after 2 years of not touching it, and depressing. Very good. You gotta read it. It's a classic, but depressing as shit, dude.
I don't want to read a depressing book, especially like during.
Everybody quotes it though. It's like you gotta read it. It's a part of like.
Maybe when the world isn't overall depressed, especially economically, and when everybody's staying home. Maybe later.
I think now's the best time to read about it,
I think a couple people can agree with me on this one. I want to reread. Like, I read, like, a quarter of the book, so I don't know if rereading is the right word to use, but finish, I guess. I want to finish the book, Star Wars Legends, Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Ew.
God.
It was a good book, but then I lost it, so I don't know what to do now. And because it's a Legends book, you can't really find it new anywhere. So
Buy it on eBay from like
yeah,
a
I can,
collector.
or I can, yeah, I can auction it. I don't know. What about you, Dave?
I don't know. I haven't really had any books I want to read. I don't really read very
Just
much.
gaming.
Yeah, kind of. I mean,
A
Okay.
lot of
I've been
Overwatch.
watching like TV and movies too. Like I've been watching a lot more shows now that we're in quarantine, but I mean, I just don't really read that much. There
Well,
was
is
one
there
book that I
any?
read. Like, I mean, it was kind of for English class. It was our free reading book. And I made it like halfway through it, so maybe I'd
Wow, good
finish
for
that.
you. What book was
Well,
it?
it was a big fat book, so I mean,
Yeah, okay.
halfway through it wasn't bad.
What's it called?
Uh, I think it was called Bringing Down the House, and I was liking it. It was pretty good.
All right.
It's about like these kids from MIT that like count cards and they just like win in blackjack over and over again. They made like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Okay, then on that note, for you guys, is there any movie or TV show that you guys want to watch, but like you can't watch because of whatever streaming
I want
service
to
you
watch
have?
Chernobyl. It sounds so good. I don't know why I pronounce it Chernobyl. Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
The like the Duke chair, you know. Well, anyway, so Chernobyl on HBO. It just sounds so good. And like I was watching, I don't know if you know Corridor Digital. They're YouTubers. They're like VFX artists, right?
Okay.
They used to be popular like 2010s. They did like real life Portal or real life Minecraft. When I was a kid, I ate that stuff up. But now they were sitting at home and they decided to make Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory like gruesome. So instead
Oh
of
my
all
God, I
the
saw the
Oh, wait.
thumbnail for that.
yeah,
Quick
so instead of
question.
all of the like fake like, oh, she falls down a hole because she was bad. It's not the new one, Anthony. The new one's trash.
Damn. Okay. No,
So
you're wrong.
hey,
You're
hey,
wrong.
hey. Well, so they're going through it and they're changing all this stuff, and they use textures from Chernobyl. Like they take screenshots, use textures to do the gruesome deaths. Like, and I'm like, that's a weird way to want to watch something, but I kind of want to watch it. It sounds really good, and like I don't know if you watched the movie. It's Chernobyl Diaries. I said Chernobyl again. Chernobyl
Why is it
Diaries.
Chernobyl?
It's not.
Keep it.
So Chernobyl Diaries, which is like it's from 2014. I was watching it on a flight to like Hawaii or something, and it's so bad. It's such a dumb horror movie, but I just always was interested in the topic after that. So I don't know. It sounds fun.
You were talking about HBO, and
Yeah.
when I think it was exactly like a year ago from today, Game of Thrones season 7, like it was like last season that came out.
Yeah, I heard that.
And everybody was talking about it, and I
It's
was like,
garbage.
okay,
They
I
said
did not
don't
realize.
watch the last season.
Yeah, and everybody was talking about it, and like how bad it was, whatever. I was like, really, do this many people own HBO? Because I kind of don't want to own or like have a separate monthly subscription just to watch one TV show. Because besides that, HBO isn't that full of
That's not true.
blockbuster
though.
things.
That's not true. You got Westworld, which is amazing. I need
Never
to catch
heard
up
of
to
it.
that. I've only watched season 1 and 2. Really good.
I'm talking about like well-known things.
yeah,
Like,
Westworld.
thing,
Dude.
like I've never heard of that.
David, help me out here.
I haven't
Westworld.
heard of it.
Oh my god. Okay, well,
Okay, when I think of HBO, I think of like Game of Thrones. That's
Well,
what
I
come
think-
by it.
I think a lot of people have seen Westworld. Prove me wrong, but it's about doesn't matter. You got Westworld, you got Barry, you got Chernobyl, you got
Aquaman. I just
Like, I'm-
looked it up.
Yeah, I'm reading this. I'm reading HBO things, and it's going like it's ranking off like the top things. Obviously, number 1 is Game of Thrones, then Westworld, and then other things I've never heard of, like what's The Wire, Succession, Silicon
wait,
Valley.
The
like,
Wire,
like-
Silicon Valley. I
Well,
forgot
yeah,
about
okay,
Silicon
I know
Valley.
it's Silicon
I've never heard of
Valley.
these.
Wait, you've
Curb
never
Your
seen Silicon
Enthusiasm?
Valley?
Oh my
I
god.
have heard of the region, but
I-
I've never heard of the
Never
TV
heard
show.
of the show?
I've
No,
watched
I
I've
haven't.
watched the first 4 seasons, but we don't have it anymore. We used to have it. I heard
And
Euphoria.
I keep
was
on
great.
scrolling.
Like there's so much, man. Freaking Curb Your Enthusiasm. That's a great show.
Like I'm looking at all these things. The last one I saw
Sesame
that I like
Street.
recognized
Sesame Street.
was John Oliver's thingy.
Oh yeah,
his
John
show.
Oliver. Even though he's doing a great segments on coronavirus on YouTube for free right now. Check it out.
Oh yeah, I watched that, and
Yeah, they're
and
good.
Cuomo's in it.
He was in the newest one.
There's only one right now.
There are like five. He's doing
Well,
once a week.
maybe I looked at the wrong. I watched this. It was like number 3 on Netflix yesterday. It was like this coronavirus explained kind of thing,
Oh.
and Cuomo was in it.
I don't think it's worth, for me at least, adding on another subscription, but like
Oh,
on top of
absolutely
like
not. No.
Netflix and Disney Plus and stuff like that. Like those two streaming services, I think are the most valuable ones out of all of them so far. Like you
Netflix
can't
and
really.
Hulu?
No, Netflix and Disney Plus. Disney Plus
Oh,
is
I wouldn't say
jam
Disney
packed.
Plus is
Oh my
most
god.
valuable.
I mean,
No,
I have
I
to
mean
agree
it's
with
got all
that.
the
Yeah.
classic movies that everyone likes. That's true. But like you won't find a lot of new stuff on Disney
Yeah,
Plus.
you've probably
Because
already
it's
seen
brand
all of
new.
it.
They already have plans for so many TV shows though. And obviously everything is kind of like
But the
delayed
thing is
because
also
of what's
Disney
going on.
Plus doesn't have the same kind like Netflix made TV shows have a good production quality and I feel like they've got a good name. Disney Plus doesn't really have that yet.
I'm sorry. Wait, hold
Well,
up. You said Netflix
yeah,
TV
I was
shows
about to
have. A
correct you
couple
there.
do. A couple do.
Yeah, I know. I trust Netflix.
Although you
productions.
can't really trust Anthony's opinion. Sorry, you like Big Mouth, so you know.
Yeah, hell yeah. But like, I'm just looking right now. I didn't even know this. I'm on Disney Plus right now. Like they added America's Funniest Home Videos, which I didn't even know was
Oh my
associated with
God.
Disney.
Watch
I watch
that
literally
all the
any
time.
other like.
Wait,
Dude, you know what's
watch
better than that?
American
You know what's better than that? Tobuscus. What's it called?
What the
Epic
fuck?
fail. What's it called? Cute epic fail. You ever watch that when you were like 5?
I've never heard of that. No.
No.
God, what? Cute epic fail. Tobuscus.
Was that on like Nickelodeon?
on YouTube, man?
Isn't that like a YouTuber?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I know he was a YouTuber, but he did stuff with like Nickelodeon for the Annoying Orange. He like did a collab
Oh,
Oh,
with
that's
Annoying
true.
Orange.
Collab.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it when YouTubers try to associate themselves with like national television, like Liza Koshy with her shit. Like I think that makes it so much worse. I can't stand it.
Like a reverse
I don't
Logan
know-
Paul or whatever.
Yeah, I don't even know if Logan Paul was
He was
famous
on
before
Disney
he
Paul
was.
wasn't
first.
on TV.
He was on Disney first. That's how he got famous, I thought.
No, that was Jake Paul.
Okay, I said
So
Logan Paul.
dumb.
Oh
I'm not,
my
I'm
god!
Not I'm a fake
Case, no, you're
fan.
Pauls.
I'm not even a fan. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, come on,
I'm
you
not
can't
a fan
compete.
either, but everyone knows that Jake Paul was the one.
No,
who
I
did
thought it was Logan. I didn't know that, man. They were the same person. They're both douches.
Yeah, but I mean,
Well, yeah. Come on, Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar, and Disney. You can't.
Nah,
That has to be up
agree.
there.
think
You've
Disney
already
Plus is
seen all
good.
of them.
But
like-
yeah, you've already like if you're a big Disney fan, you've probably already seen like all the movies. So like it's a good like thing to add to your library just so you can watch them whenever you want. But you're not
I'm
getting
just
a
saying-
lot of like new stuff.
They're adding things like one by one. Like
But still,
as soon
it's just
as
not
Disney.
nearly as much as like Netflix.
Well, because you got to give it the same amount of time. You can't like when Netflix just started launching, they didn't have Netflix original
No,
series.
I mean,
It took them like
yeah, they
5
didn't
years
have-
before.
No, I'm not saying
they got the
need
first one.
original series on Disney Plus, but they need like good shows that people haven't already seen.
Like The Mandalorian launched with Disney Plus.
That's like that literally carried the launch of Disney Plus. If they didn't launch it with
I can't name
Mandalorian-
another original show
Then,
from
like-
Disney Plus. Not one new
What?
thing. I can
I mean,
only name
once,
Mandalorian.
once the
Nothing
Marvel shows start coming out, then I think I'm gonna be using my subscription more. But like the Loki show is gonna be so good.
Yeah, just you got to give them some time. After that, then that won't really apply. That argument.
But they can't really record anything right now.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Well,
a
yeah,
gap.
but you can't.
gonna have a
thi-
gap,
This can't
like
be
a-
used as as a huge like con to Disney Plus. Like, oh well, you can't do your original series now
Well,
because
that's not
coronavirus.
what I
Therefore,
was-
it's worse.
That's not what I was saying. That's not what
And
I was
what?
saying.
Yeah, we're saying how after Rona, there's gonna be a gap, like a year-long gap, where all the stuff that's coming out is like at a near
There's
standstill.
gonna be less movies and stuff. Too.
Yeah, there's gonna be
Like,
a gap in our
movie theaters
history.
are gonna
Like
open up, but there won't be any new movies to see.
20 years from
Although
Yeah,
now.
it's
actually,
gonna
that's
suck.
not even true.
What do you mean? Like, besides like animated stuff, like how can they fit in stuff right after?
Well,
Right
no, because
after-
I mean, like Black Widow got delayed until after, so
Oh yeah,
like
that's right.
stuff
Yeah.
that got delayed that was gonna air, but like they weren't able
So
to.
it's more of it's gonna have a lot like a slimmer and like a lot less of a library to stuff that you can like go to the movie theater towards. Like a lot less titles compared to like the extreme where it's you can't see anything at the movie theater at all because there's not many things that are just like delayed because you can't show it. And movies take a lot of time to make, obviously. So there will be at some point in time just a lack of new titles to come. Maybe the ones that were delayed will be in movie theaters a lot longer compared to the average movie title
I
released.
bet that Black Widow is gonna do really well actually, because everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, let's go to the movies now that we can finally go again." I feel like everyone's gonna see Black Widow.
I'm in the minority when I was not that excited about the whole. I wasn't really excited about Black Widow. She's not my favorite female hero in
I
Marvel.
mean, who's better than her in the Marvel universe? I don't think anyone is.
Who's the Russian
Because
one?
Captain Marvel sucks.
I agree. I don't like Captain
Scarlet
Marvel.
Witch is fine.
I don't like.
I don't really like her either. I like
Black
what's her
Widow's-
face? Why is it blanking on me? The green girl from Guardians of the
Green
Galaxy.
Girl.
Oh,
Gamora.
Gamora. Yeah.
Yeah, her. Yeah, I like her a lot more.
Yeah, but they wouldn't make a standalone movie.
I
about
know,
her.
I know. I'm just saying in general, I wasn't excited about it. Like maybe something I go watch in the movie once, and then maybe once when it comes out to streaming services. But after that, I'm gonna be like, okay, whatever.
Everyone was so excited. They're like, "It's got the guy from Stranger Things. It's got to be good."
Wait, what and what?
David Arbor.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
Oh, David Arbor. He's a good actor.
So Casey's
Yeah,
one of them too.
He's a good actor.
I don't know. When
No,
I saw the
know he
trailer
is, but, like,
and his Russian accent, I'm like,
Oh, I didn't see that.
Okay.
I haven't
oh,
seen
the
that.
Okay.
accent's
It's like,
off.
yeah, it's just that, like, you can tell it's an American doing a Russian accent. And I don't know, maybe because I live in a half Russian household, I have an ear with this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe it's that, but it sounds bad, in my opinion. It's like with Dr. Dolittle and Robert Downey Jr. That was so bad, his accent
Oh
in
yeah,
that.
that's so true.
You
when I
watched
watched
that?
the
Like, come
I
on.
watched the
Oh.
trailers.
What
and
accent's he doing?
sounded so fake. It
What,
was
what even
bad.
was it? What even
Yeah,
was the
no
accent?
one even knew what he was doing. It was really
They
weird.
just trust him because he's Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, basically.
And he's like the highest paid actor.
Yeah, I just
I
read
think he's up
something
there.
that he got paid $80 million for Endgame.
Jesus. I mean, yeah, he's good.
He had
he's a
an
perfect
8%
Iron Man.
share of the profits or something.
Iron Man came out before The Incredible Hulk, right? Or did Hulk
No,
come before
2003
Iron Man?
No,
was
it did before. It was the first. There were two Incredible.
yeah.
Hulks. There was,
The
like,
early one was like 2002 or something, and
but
then it was
he was
on-
the first MCU movie.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So, yeah, I guess like he's the. Well,
And also,
I would
Iron
say
Man
the father.
still
was
stands
Stanley.
as like the best MCU movie. The first Iron Man is so good.
Really,
Maybe
people
not
consider that to be the best.
but it's like definitely like top 5.
I
It's
mean-
really
Yeah, I would say I rewatched it like a week ago.
such a classic.
Yeah, it is a class. I like the beginning the most actually.
Yeah, the
When he's
beginning
at the
is so
desert
good,
place.
and he breaks out. That's
Yeah, that is so cool. I like that part the most. Overall, okay. We were talking about YouTube before. Do you guys have any YouTubers that you recommend?
Well, it's gonna be a recurring segment, so yes, we do.
All right,
Who wants to start? YouTuber of the week.
I'll start. Okay, so I don't know about YouTube, but I watch a lot of Call Me Carson. I know Case does. Case watches a lot of Call Me Carson,
Fair
and
bit.
because of him, I started watching this YouTuber. It's a friend of his that's
Oh,
in a
Ted
lot of his.
Nivison?
Ted. You
Yes,
pronounced it
Ted
wrong. It's
Nivison. I was just watching him.
Ted Nivison.
He's
Yes.
my favorite of him and Charlie are my favorite of Lunch Club. Gotta say.
Yeah,
And he
so-
lives like
I noticed.
a couple hours from us. They have the same like grocery store as us, same local grocery store. Anyway, cool guy. I like him.
He's funny. Like his milk taste test, his water taste test.
Yes, yeah.
Which
The cereal
cereal's the
one, the
worst?
cereal, yeah, that one was great.
And then I went to your house, and the morning after I slept over at your house, we watched the Kung Fu Panda knockoffs.
Oh yeah,
I remember that. That was funny.
That was good. That was funny.
I think the one downside is that he takes a long time to upload, like a very long time.
Because
like,
he streams.
It's like the
now,
last
I think.
one. Well, even still, like Carson occasionally uploads, and he was still streaming during this time. Like all of his things were uploaded. I didn't realize that was 2 months ago. That's a long time. Like I just remember when it was first uploaded. I mean, it was half an hour long, but
Right.
yeah,
That's
he's
a
a
good
good
pick.
YouTuber. He's funny.
Yeah, Ted and Nivison.
What about you guys?
2 words. David.
Oh, so there's this one guy I've been watching. He's got like 300,000 subscribers. His name is Lil Curbs, and he does like Mario Maker videos. And okay, just hear me out. Like
Okay.
he gets like the world. He's definitely the best player in the world. Like he beats all these levels like in the fastest time. And he holds the world record on a bunch of stuff. And he's just. I think he deserves some more attention because he's pretty cool. And
Okay.
I like his style of videos too. He just seems like a cool guy.
All right.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't really have anyone that I could think of that much, but I guess that's just what came to my mind.
All right. Well, I gotta recommend Internet Comment Etiquette with Eric. He's at like almost 1 million. He's on road to 1 million right now, and he just has like bizarre videos under the guise of like teaching people how to like have good etiquette online. He just like he goes into comments of like obscure videos and he just like finds the weirdest stuff and he just like insults people. It's good. It's hard to explain. It's very unique, like really unique. He's like friends with H3 and Michael Reeves and stuff, and he's just a hilarious dude. So Internet Comment Etiquette.
Yeah, I never heard of it. That's cool. I might write that down and watch that.
All right.
Because there's like nothing to do now. So that's something I should probably watch. All right, so those are our 3 YouTubers.
Yeah.
Another reoccurring thing that we're going to try and start doing is our hypotheticals. Like would you rathers, basically. So does anybody have a would you rather hypothetical thing that they want to share?
All right. This is kind of it's like it's not very dire, but would you rather get $1 million now or 1,000 every day until you say the word oops?
1,000 every day until I say the word oops.
I would agree because I don't
What?
say oops that
Just
often.
don't say oops. What?
But you're gonna forget.
Well, no, I think
You're gonna forget
Why would I forget if I'm getting $1,000 every day?
because
I'm
you're
not
not
gonna
actively
forget.
thinking about it every second of every day.
I mean, when I'm
Okay, for
how
one,
would you get these $1,000 in the mail? Because when I go,
it doesn't
pick up the
matter.
mail,
That's not.
I'll
That doesn't
part of the
matter.
thing.
I'll
Okay.
remember. Oh yeah, I just don't say oops. Like what?
just have like a card like positioned right in front of your eyes that says don't say oops.
How many
Maybe that
days?
reminds you. I don't know.
I think I would last 4 days without saying the word oops. So I'm gonna take that $1 million.
I think
I am.
I think
an
it'd be
oops type of
different
guy.
if you said a word that we use a lot, like.
Although
If
when
you said
think
like a
about
lot,
it,
that'd be hard.
that's like
1,000. That's 3 years that you can't
that's
say the word
1,000
oops
days.
before you make your money back.
Yeah, but
Think about
then
that.
still,
You're gonna say
after
oops.
that- but then you can make so much more. And also, you can't spend it all on like stupid stuff because you only get 1,000 a day.
Yeah, but you can
What if you drop your
immediately
first
have
1,000 and you
interest
said
on it.
oops?
Yeah,
That's
exactly. You're gonna just do something like small and then just go oops, and then you're done. You're cut off. There's no way I could last more than a week. Especially if you're actively
It's
trying to
tough.
think about not doing it, you're gonna accidentally say the word oops even more. If you're thinking, I can't say oops, I can't say oops. Yes, that's just
It
that's how
really
the
does
brain
depend on the
works.
type of person.
That's how the brain
It
works.
depends on the type of person. Like, I don't know.
If it
A
was
lot of people
different
don't say
word,
oops.
Maybe, but like
Yeah, that's what I meant.
think oops.
All right. Well, there you go. There's my hypothetical.
All right, I'll go second. Would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotions, or tattoos appear all over your body depicting what you did the day before?
Oh my god. Probably emotion thing. That would kind of work in my well. Do people know? Can they tell what emotion it is? Like how? Because I could just turn I could turn
universal
orange,
feelings.
and I don't know what that means. So I'm gonna go with that because that's cool.
I'm just thinking, like, what if I just, like, see my crush or whatever, and then my skin says, I'm feeling horny.
Well, no, it's
Like,
a color.
imagine
How do you
how
know what
awkward-
color that is, though?
Maybe,
They
let's say
see
that-
you and
let's
you're
say that
like
it
you're like
says on
dark
top of your
green, and they're like,
forehead.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, maybe it says on top of your forehead.
That's not in
the word.
Well then,
I'm going to add on to it. Because then it makes it harder.
okay.
In that case.
Do the tattoos appear all over your body? Do you think, or just
Like
like
covered by clothes.
yeah?
Oh, yeah. Like, you can dress up as, like,
Are they like face tats or are they like?
And how
somewhere
descriptive
else?
does it go? Like, what is it? How many like? I don't do that much currently, at least. Like, I'm gonna go with emotions. I think
I don't know. I think tattoos.
because if it appears on your forehead, wear a hat. You're good.
But what if it's, like, on your
What?
nose and it's, like,
on
a
your
picture of...
forehead, you can't just
Yes.
wear a big hat all the way down to your eyes.
Oh my god. Where do you think? What? It's not gonna be like in between your eyebrows. Hats can go up
At the
down
same
to your
time, it would
eyebrows.
suck to, like, wear a
Wear a
lot of
beanie.
clothes every single day. Like,
Yeah.
cover yourself up every single day.
Yeah, and I'd say what you do is more personal than your emotions. So I would rather change the color.
Yeah, because, like, what if you had, like, on your nose, like, a tattoo of you jacking off? That would
Exactly.
suck.
That would.
So, yeah, I'd have to go with the... I would have to go with...
I don't know. It'd be weird
Right.
having your skin change color. I'm talking about. Like, you guys really have to think of this in a real world lens. Would you rather have skin that goes a bunch of crazy colors, or just tattoos?
I think that would be cool.
No, people.
Yeah.
Well, people wouldn't think that would. People would
You
think
don't
you're a
know.
freak, and no one would talk to you.
Jesus Christ. I don't think so actually.
You.
I think that
You're
you
not
would
thinking,
make
You're not thinking about this.
I
in a
think you would
real
make
world
fat
perspective.
stacks and be a medical marvel.
All right.
David, what do you got?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I was just thinking, well, not exactly. I found this online, but I like it. Would you rather not eat breakfast or lunch for the rest of your life?
Breakfast, easily. I'm not a
Lunch?
breakfast person.
I haven't been I've been eating twice a day for the past month.
Here's the thing, like I'm gonna kind of make
Also,
it so
what does
it's
that
like,
constitute?
yeah, I was gonna say I think not eating breakfast means like you can't eat breakfast foods. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh, yeah, definitely
Oh.
lunch.
Lunch.
Lunch. Breakfast foods are my life, dude.
Missing
That's
stuff
all I
like
can cook,
those and
man.
pancakes and
All I can cook.
croissants. It's-
Yeah, well, what
bacon.
about
Bacon is a
breakfast or
breakfast
dinner
food.
then? Because I think that's better. Because
Breakfast.
what lunch
Or no,
foods are-
dinner. I'd
Breakfast,
rather have-
then.
Yeah, dinner.
You'd rather
Dinner food
only
is a lot better.
I don't know.
Because like,
I love breakfast food. It's like my favorite.
I do too,
Me
but like
too.
thinking about it, you're gonna miss out on steak.
That's not true. Steak
like-
and eggs and hash browns
that's
is a
true.
breakfast.
I never had
I've had
that
steak,
kind of meat
steak
in the
and eggs,
morning.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Unless it's the like a leftovers from last night. I've never
People
really
eat
had
steak
that.
and eggs. That's a thing.
That's
Well,
definitely-
in my case, that would not. That doesn't apply to me.
Okay, since I've
I mean, you could still eat it because it's a breakfast food. Just
Would-
because you haven't had it before.
No, well, the thing is that breakfast food can be, like, you can think one thing is breakfast food and the other person doesn't.
that's
No,
true.
but
It's
steak
very
There's
and
a lot
eggs
of-
is a breakfast food, though.
that's
But I don't consider it's not for me a breakfast food.
That's I mean
That's not how it works. It literally that's like
It's at
saying,
diners.
For me,
You can get it in
pancakes are not
diners.
a breakfast food. Like, you
I-
can't
Well, no,
say
I think
that.
there's a couple things that you could say are like universally accepted.
could,
but,
could
like,
we agree
if
that
I don't like eggs overall, like if you're gonna have sunny side up eggs, that's a breakfast food. I think that's a breakfast food. If someone else says that's not a breakfast food for me at all, like I've never had that, I'm gonna be like, okay, then you don't consider that to be a breakfast food. That's not a breakfast food for
can
you.
we at least agree that warm pizza is off the table, but cold pizza is a breakfast food?
I hate
Ugh,
cold pizza.
I hate
Never
cold
ate it.
I love cold pizza, dude.
Well, I'm not gonna say I never ate it. I ate it once, but like I hate it.
But that's a
Gross.
breakfast food because that's like the morning after.
That's what you consider to be a breakfast
That
food.
no,
Well,
I'm asking
here's
your
the
opinion.
thing. Like steak and eggs is like an actual breakfast food that you get on a menu at a restaurant that's serving breakfast.
I
You
don't
wouldn't
care
get
what the restaurant
cold
thinks though. If
pizza.
I don't consider it to be one, I'm not gonna count it.
Okay.
It just is. That's what it is. It's a breakfast.
It doesn't
food.
matter.
For
No.
you!
Let him
Oh
let
my
him miss
God.
out. Let him miss out. It's all good.
That's fine. Like I don't really care. Like if that's a breakfast
I'm
food
not
for
gonna
you, but
say
if it's
that
not for me,
that for someone if they've never had pancakes, okay, it's not a breakfast food for you. No,
No,
it
if
is
they
a
don't
breakfast
want
food
it.
for you. You just haven't had it.
no. If like let's say that they traditionally eat pancakes for lunch or dinner, and they say I don't eat it for breakfast, that's a lunch food for me or a dinner
But
food
it's
for me.
still a breakfast food
For
in
you,
general.
for you it is, and for a lot of other people it is. But if it's for another person that's like that they don't consider it to be, then it's not a breakfast food for them.
Well, I guess that's where we disagree then, because I don't think that like any type of I think foods fall into categories, like types of foods. I don't really think it's like subject. Like, if someone's eating pancakes for dinner, they're eating a breakfast food for dinner. It's not like
But what
oh,
if
that's
what if
just
it
a
also
dinner.
depends on culture? Because like for
Well,
our like
that's
my
different
Russian
then.
culture, well, like pancakes actually do apply to this because pancakes actually can be eaten for dinner. Like that's
That's
a dinner food.
different then.
So then, would you
If it's a
consider? What if I
cultural
said
thing.
okay?
But-
Then what if that's
So
something
in
for a
Russia,
different culture for steak
it's,
and eggs?
it's a dinner food, but in the United States, pancakes are breakfast food, and if you eat them for dinner, then that is eating a breakfast food for dinner.
That's true.
I don't.
All right.
like, I think.
You know what? Let's stop the deliberation. You need to answer.
Wait, hold
What do you
on.
think?
One thing. What if it's like an immigrant family that does not want to associate themselves with
Well,
American
no,
culture?
I mean if it's their culture, that's fine. But I'm talking about like an American person eating pancakes for dinner, just like regular American pancakes. That's not a dinner food for them. They're just eating breakfast.
What
foods
if
for
they're the
dinner.
same? Because Russian pancakes are basically the same as American pancakes.
But if it's
They
like
just-
a cultural thing, that's different.
But you said before that even if they do eat it for dinner and it's a breakfast food here, that means it's a breakfast food. Even for them.
No, I'm saying that if it's like their culture, then that's different. But I'm saying if someone's American,
Oh my God.
And-
Okay, let's just decide. All right. I think this is too.
Okay, everybody side with me because
I'm gonna say I'd rather eat
breakfast can be whatever you want. Just whatever you want it to be, just let it be because that's how you consider it to be. Like whatever.
I don't know. This is tricky. I'm thinking I'll probably pick dinner, but
Based
they
on
brought up
my
good points.
belief of breakfast foods, I'm gonna say dinner.
Oh my.
I'd rather choose dinner foods.
Well, I got a couple
love
more.
breakfast,
If
too.
you guys are up for a couple more.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Would you rather be rich but be stuck in a tiny apartment that you hate, or be poor and be stuck in whatever house that you decide?
Be rich in the tiny apartment.
I would agree.
So
I
you just
agree.
go out and do stuff. Like, you don't always have to be poor.
Facts are facts. Okay. Always be itchy or always be late?
Late.
Always be late.
Yeah.
Always
that's
late.
a fact. Okay, would you rather die peacefully in your sleep at 40 or live to 60 but die in a vicious piranha accident? Or attack, not accident. Could be an
Die
accident.
peacefully at 40.
How,
Both suck.
How long are you like being basically tortured?
By piranhas? I'm gonna
mean,
say
That's
well,
like a solid minute.
Here, I personally know that it takes about. Okay, I was gonna say a joke, but never mind. Probably
Yeah.
a minute. Okay.
A minute? Oh,
At
I'd live
least.
till 60 then. I know it'd be like,
Me too.
extremely painful for a minute, and that would be like the worst thing that ever happened.
I actually am
in
gonna
life.
search this up.
20
How long
years
does
is
it
a
take
long
to die
time,
from
though.
But yeah, that's like 20 years of life. I mean, that's kind of irreplaceable.
Well, actually, I found out today that it takes roughly 45 seconds for 5 piranhas to devour a child. And I also got
How'd
fired
you
from the
find
zoo.
that out?
Here.
Oh, ha ha
Ha
ha.
ha ha. Yeah, that's the joke.
It's
Thank you.
generally thought it would take about 300 to 500 piranhas about 5 minutes to completely devour a
yeah, but
typical
you're
adult
dead. You're
human.
dead long before that. I hope. Because that's to
I
the
don't know if
bone.
you
Probably
would.
depends on what they eat
That's
first.
to
Yeah.
the bone. Man. Yeah, but like,
If they go straight for the head, then
or the jugular,
Although-
you're done.
how can they break through your head though?
Through
It's
the
just a
nose.
matter of
I don't
what.
know.
Well,
Not
would it
pleasant
really
to
be your
think
heart?
about.
I think it would be like your heart or like a punctured lung or something like that. Like they
Yeah.
bite through your lung. Because it would suck really bad if they went for your limbs first, like your legs and your arms.
Yeah, I know.
Because
Are
no matter
piranhas
what,
saltwater or freshwater?
uh,
Because if they're
Piranhas are-
saltwater too, you'd feel all the salt water all over you too, and that would sting so much.
I doubt you'd be really focused on the salt water.
I mean, you'd be feeling.
Well,
it would
from
add, yeah, it definitely.
from the movie
Be worse.
Piranha, from my knowledge, I think it's both, but saltwater is more like present. You know, they're
They live
they're
in
worse.
fresh water.
Oh, damn, never mind. The movie did nothing to help me then.
Yeah, so that's a little bit of an advantage towards living towards 60, but at the same time, I think it'd be more painful because you're gonna fight the piranhas and you're gonna use your hands and feet to fight them, and that's where they're going to bite. And you're gonna lose your hands and feet first, yet you're still gonna be alive. That's
Yeah,
gonna
that'd
really
be like
painful.
one of the worst ways to die. Eaten alive.
So I'm gonna say 40.
Ugh.
I'm gonna say 60.
I'd still say 60 though, because I mean that's 20 years of life. Think of all the stuff you can do then.
Then I would go on
Honestly,
a
if you
mission
know it's
to complete
if
all
you
the things
know
I'd
it's
want to do.
coming, just like I don't know,
But it's
morphine.
inevitable.
Imagine like the dread leading up to that day.
Dude, morphine right before, because you know it's coming, because it's up until 60.
Yeah, but
so
that's like
just-
cheating. I don't think you can.
It's
do
not
that.
cheating.
Yeah, it is. Come on.
If you're making
Then
the
this is the whole
active
point of
decision.
the hypothetical.
Okay, you're right. It catches you off guard. There you go. I'm gonna say 60 though.
Yeah. Wow. Why am I in the Amazon right now? Oops. Oh, I fell into the Amazon River.
On my 60th birthday.
Oh, that would be worse if you just like woke up randomly on any random day that you were 60. That would be the worst year of your life.
Oh yeah.
Anytime between your 60th birthday and the day before your 61st. That'd be terrible. On that note, we're leaving off on a good note. Anything else you guys want to say?
I don't
No,
think so.
I don't think
Not
so.
for me.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll be back next week. See you, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. Bye bye.